Okay, hopefully everybody can hear me all right. There's some weird stuff going on with the software that I normally use to stream. So, fingers crossed that this is working. Can you guys hear me? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay. Andrew can hear me all the way in Australia, so we should be good to go. Everybody, welcome back to the live show. Sorry that we started 6 minutes late. I'll make it up to you. Yeah, I had to. Sound is a little bit low. Yeah, it does look a little bit low. Hold on, let me see if I can bump it. No, it's up. Is it just low for N2LS or is it low for everybody? Let's just turn the volume up, right? Ooh. Hey, how about that? How's that? Is that better? Okay, man, what a hassle. What a pain in the butt. Okay, we're back. Low, 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 low. Little, not bad. Sounds good. Good. Better. How's that? That's probably too loud. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah. Craziness. Yeah, I just had to bypass a bunch of stuff to at least get it up and running. Now my background's going funky, so. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I haven't missed much in the garage this week. We haven't done anything. Been under the weather again. Wife is still sick. You know, I've been working a lot, like working, and so I need to get some videos out. Plan on doing a video on knock very soon, Knock decent, you know, knock sensor desensitization. And I've got this new giant monitor right here. So the cool thing about it is now I come over here and I can hit the tune screen, and you guys don't have to see all this weird stuff flutter around it. I just have tunes popped up, ready to rock and roll. And we go, wah-boo, right back. Ooh, yeah. Lone Wolf, I have faith in you that you can tune your own G8. Welcome back to the garage. Thanks for stopping by the garage. What's going on, Smokey J? How's the new turbo setup coming? Thank you, Robert. I appreciate it. I'm doing all right. I was a little under the weather last night. I got up and hit the ground on it today, though. What up, J-Bones? Good to see you again. Got a lot of familiar faces in there. I see Socrates, N2LS, Jimmy H. What's going on? Brandon, Vince. Dirt Floor floated in. Dirt Floor's got some awesome stuff going on. So if you're not subscribed to Dirt Floor Fab, make sure and check out his YouTube channel. Philip, I actually got the big block brackets in from ICT Billet. I broke down and bought them myself. They send so much free stuff. Oh, you like that? Mephisto! Good catch, budget. So I'll be running the alternator and power steering pump brackets from ICT Billet. Super excited about it. Always waiting on those rubber boots. Yeah, no problem, brother. Yes, welcome, Brian. And yeah, thanks. Yeah. Brian had a very interesting issue, and we don't know what the solution is quite yet. I wish I had his tune pulled up. Actually, I tell you what, you guys stick by, because I wanna pull up Brian's issue where he was getting smoking hot manifolds. And something jumped out to me very early on. I was like, something's wrong here. And it's very interesting. We don't know what the problem is yet. I have a sneaking suspicion. This is the wrong email account. I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be the manifold air pressure sensor, but I'm not 100% on that yet. But I do want to show you guys this. This is really cool. Because if you're ever dealing with very high exhaust gas temps, we're talking, he like gutted his hats out and stuff trying to solve this, and that was not the problem. That's kind of the first thing that we run through, is the idea that, like, oh, the gas are getting clogged up, and that's keeping a lot of the temperature back in there and things like that. So come on, let's go email. Let's find Brian. Oh, cool. We have another map sensor. Okay, let's look at the one that you just did then. See if it made a difference. Open Sesame. Yep, blah, blah. Drag this over here. Come on now. Stick with me. No, you're still having the same problem, Brian. So it's not the map sensor. That's very interesting. So here we go. So if we look at Brian's tune here, and I was just scrubbing through here, wasn't even necessarily looking at this table initially and was looking at stuff like this. 31 degrees of spark at 2000 RPM. We'll scrub through a little bit. And this is better. Is this the tune that I sent you, Brian? This is the tune I sent you. So this one's not as bad. Let me open up the one before that really showed you. Because basically I shifted his timing out because it was hitting ridiculous levels. Here's an example. Okay, here we go. Well, hell, this is an idle. I know, this is just great boring stuff that you guys are sitting here watching me as I scrub through here and try to find. Where is the log? This is not it. Why can't I find your other logs? You know what, Brian? I bet it came in a different email. Okay, nonetheless, what was happening is, and the first one that we opened up is an indication. Right here, you notice that his cylinder air mass is peaking out at 0.56 grams. And so, if you go in and look, you know, I don't even know what tune I've got pulled up here. This is a 2005 GTO. If we look at the high octane table and we look at that, he was operating down in this range down here. And so while he's cruising, he's hitting 35, 40 degrees. In fact, it was a lot more aggressive in this table. You'll see on some of the later model stuff. Let's go to 4th gen. Let's go early E38. Okay, so he's cruising down in this area. This is not where we want to be at whenever we're cruising, obviously, because we should be down in here, especially whenever we get into wide open throttle. You know, this is more our cruising area here. As you can see, 1,000 to 2,000 RPMs. Then wherever we get up into the higher throttles, not even necessarily wide open throttle, but as we start moving down in throttle, we get down here and we're going to be commanding timing into the low 20 maybe on an LS platform. So he was literally just being trapped down in this area, maxing out on his higher throttles up to 30 degrees of time. So what I'm seeing is I'm scrolling through one of his logs. I'm seeing 42, 43, 44 degrees of timing while he's under load. And so his exhaust manifolds are literally glowing red because of it. So something to keep in mind. Now, we haven't figured that out what it is yet. My voice sounds slowed down. ECU fail code B1000, that's a body code. That's not an ECU code. So that's going to be a body control module. Probably the BCM itself. Yeah, Brian, your map sensor for the last tune that you sent me looked all right. So need to do some more digging and try and figure out why that is reading like that. The timing chain off a tooth. That would be causing so much additional problems. It's the problem is the cylinder air mass calculations are wrong. Why do I sound funny? Hold on, let me check. It's always something. You know, it's probably because of the way I've got this set up. There might be some wonky stuff going on. Yeah, I bet that's what it is. Oh, you know what it is? It's because my microphone's sideways. Hold on. Okay, let's try that. Is that better? And it's probably too loud now. Hello. Yep, that's a bit too loud. Let me go down one notch. Okay. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the help getting this sorted out. Okay. No rage monsters on this show. Not tonight. That was last weekend. Order a push rod measuring tool for a new engine. Yep, I've got 2 of them sitting on the table, ready to go, John. Looking to do an LS swap in a 72K10, and may go cheap turbo from the get-go. Do you think I should go with standalone ECM or just a Chevy harness and ECM? Scuba Sam, I'll probably go with a standalone just to save yourself the headache of having to wire up a GM harness. Well, maybe my voice is just a little bit deeper right now, TJ. Did you ever think about that? Maybe I'm working on my deep voice. Still not right. How is my oil pressure? I haven't spun oil pressure up on the big block yet. Still waiting on the cam. Am I doing a line lock on the Nova? Good question. I don't know yet, Andrew. I've got a trans brake. Oh, you're asking about the LS7 lifters that failed, asking about oil pressure. Talk up close to the mic and see what it does. Have you heard of throwing an LS ECM on a 95 LT1 motor? Craig R., the big thing is your crank and cam sensors have to line up. I don't know that a line lock is required whenever you have as much foot-pounds of torque as we're going to have. The thing's not going to roll out. It's just going to blow the back tires off. Awesome, Kev, man. Glad to hear. Thanks for coming to the live show. Dude, come on. This thing's almost 600 cubic inches of raw power. It's going to have smoky burnouts. E38 L7 MAF headers, 3-inch exhaust, factory cam. Having issues with idle surge. Tried removing base minimum airflow. Well, you don't want to remove base minimum airflow because that's your primary airflow table at idle. If you're having idle surge, go underneath the spark table and look at your overspeed and underspeed tables for spark. Make sure they're not too aggressive. There you go. Socrates says LT1 to LS1 ECM swap is not uncommon. You need a 97 LT1. As I said, the big thing, you know, any ECM will work on any motor as long as the cam and crank sensors are correct. Yeah, Jerry, it's Thursday nights. Live stream nights. Hey, Brian. What your other modification you got, Dan? Oh, LS7 MAF headers, 3-inch exhaust, factory cam. What do you mean? Explain surge. What do you mean by idle surge? Are you having idle hunt, idle hang, idle dip? Overall, just unstable. Ah, Chevy for life. That's a good point that N2LS brings up, is if your main table is higher than your idle spark, it can limit the maximum spark that you're going to see on that. Hey, Tyler. Script Mike, just be careful about adding 10% to anywhere that they're negatives. Got to keep those negatives kind of as they are. Philip, I do not have any links for installable wideband sensor. You talk about installing two sensors in both banks. If it's not idling unless you add starting fluid, you're lean. So add more fuel to your cranking tables, and probably, depending, Dave, if you're on VE or mass airflow, you know, you're going to have to bring up your mass airflow curve a little bit, or your VE table might have a starting VE or a cranking VE and then a standard VE table, and you're probably going to have to make adjustments to both. A lot of times that cranking VE table might be a percentage of your base VE table. No, I'm drinking an Arizona green tea. Idle, vacuum, my blow-off valve on an LQ4 turbo is opening. Should I change the spring to a higher pounds to keep it closed to idle? Turbo, probably. What size spring are you running, Bingle? $650 RPMs. Where are you driving, a Cadillac? Yeah, you need to double check your airflows, but your fueling's got to be, Daniel, your fueling's got to be dialed in before you can really get your idle sorted out. So your fueling at idle needs to be spot on. Stoic, you need to be hitting 14.7. If it's not, you know, that's going to cause issues, because if it's, you know, too rich or too lean, it's going to cause it to go up or go down. Then your timing's going to go wonky to try and correct for that. So the first thing is you got to get fueling dialed in spot on. Then once you have fueling dialed in, you can look at your mass airflow sensor to see how many pounds per hour you're flowing at idle, and use that to set your base airflow table, which also has to be spot on, because that is what kind of determines how all the other idle parameters on like the 4th gens and 3rd gens work. Then after that, you can look at refining the idle by adjusting the spark. Nitromethane injection, huh? Go ahead, let me know how it goes. Yeah, just make sure that the negative values don't go wonky. Like, that's the only big thing. Are you talking about the virtual torque, or are you talking about the actual torque stuff under torque management? Idle LFT long terms using the short bands O2 state -1. Well, that doesn't mean anything. You gotta get wideband on there. You've got headers. Yeah, you got headers. You can't rely on your short terms. You have to set your short terms up using you have to set your narrow bands up using your wideband once you put headers on. Once you put headers on, your narrowband sensors no longer functioning. They're off. They will skew your fueling the wrong way. 6-pound spring now on the blow-off valve, and it's still pulling that thing open. How small is your turbo? Is your turbo really small? That thing trying to make boosted idle? Is your wastegate going all the way open? It is not spiking with vodka. I have to work tomorrow. I have to get up and actually go out to the field, do some work. What do you think about the guy that tuned my LS in 1 hour? He's either very, very good, or he did not do it properly. Yeah, like Jerry said, he's either a god or a flake. Yes, Mike is correct. Wideband is the most important upgrade you're going to do if you're going to do any mods. Yeah, I probably did a hand tune and then just made a few adjustments to the fuel curve. My guess is it's in math only, because there's no way in hell he did the speed density table in an hour. I'm an automation engineer, Brian. I say that I used to be. I'm actually a supervisor nowadays. I run instrumentation and electrical group, which I love. I love automation stuff. See you, Smokey. I'll talk to you soon, brother. I run a 16-pound spring and my blow-off valve still comes open on high vacuum transition. Really? I don't know. You know, I've never had a turbo setup that the blow-off valve was coming open on vacuum stuff. You know, short of having pressure in the charge pipe. Gen 353 with large Texas speed cam. I got an email tune and it's really rich. Gas in the oil. Volume plugs in 5 minutes. Where should I start? I would say take a ton of fuel out. Take 20% out. Put it in mass airflow or volumetric efficiency. Take 20% out of the entire table, whichever one you're deciding to start with, and see if it starts there. That's kind of the swing, is about 20%. If you're stoic and you go 20% rich, you're getting to the point where you're so rich it's not going to run, or the gas is going to be burning your eyes. And of course, if you go 20% lean, it's not going to run because it's too lean. So you're not going to be out there beyond that range outside of stoic. So if you know it's rich, you can smell gas, all that stuff. Take 20% out. Worst case scenario, you're going to send the thing about 10% lean. Get it somewhere where you can start dialing it in. With a 16-pound spring on the top side of the diaphragm, you are developing enough vacuum to open that thing up at idle. Because, man, I've ran 4 and 5 pound springs, granted on a lower setup, that will not open at idle, which you have to on a supercharged setup. If his email tune has the wrong injector data, that will definitely cause issues. Yeah, I know. See, that's the thing, Mike. There's enough parallels on the Cruise because it's kind of that weird 4.5 gen stuff that you can use a lot of the 5th gen stuff to get dialed in. Ooh, sexy. LS has got my heads back. All thermal coated chambers, intake exhaust forks and valves. Yeah. With the 6, I could believe that, especially on something that has more of a stock cam, that it could pull open at idle. But I would think that 6 would be probably about the cutoff on most cars. You know, unless that thing's got a serious amount of miles. The big thing is that my voice does not sound that crazy to you. You just haven't been on a live show recently enough. That, and as I said, I'm using a different streaming platform right now. I'm going to have to go back and watch this episode. 60 pounders is probably a bit much for your setup. Do I have any experience with Tuner Studio? Yep. I like Tuner Studio quite a bit. In fact, I was talking about Tuner Studio today. I sound like Jigsaw, huh? Yeah, as I said, I'll get the streaming software sorted out before the next show. Hopefully. I don't know what it is. Basically, it was telling me to authenticate my stuff, and then it's going like crazy. I mean, this is me talking like straight into the mic. Apparently, I need to move my mic also. Just try to keep it out of the way so I can see everything that's going on. Oh, mercy. You know, I bet part of it is probably because the bit rate's really low. Which Stargate are you talking about? I just finished Stargate Atlantis. Golly. Yeah, I can't wait to go back to watch this one then. John, you made it just in time because it is quitting time. Not only because it's after 8:30, but it's because the heater's on for the house and this office gets instantly hot. I'm about to start sweating. Yeah, I have SG1's next on there. Did you watch Galaxies? Which one with on the ship? Had Robert Carlyle in it. Nice try, Rokon. I gave away, what, 3 sweatshirts on Thanksgiving? I've got a whole box of sweatshirts coming. Edelbrocker, Holly Carr for a stock 427. I'm going to say Holly. Most people probably say Holly. Universe. Correct. Universe. Yeah, I'm going to go back and watch Universe again. I really enjoyed that one. Not watched it, Francisco. Is it good? Oh, you want long sleeve shirts. Distracted Dave, thank you for the tip. Check out the Patreon. That's where I do all that stuff through. And I don't know if there's one-on-one spots open right now, but I do have one-on-one spots over there. Duh, The Mandalorian's so good. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on Yellowstone, so might have to check it out. I don't know how we got onto TV shows all of a sudden. There you go. Long sleeves make it easier. That's a good, you know what, Kev, man, I might have an STL file floating around. If I find one, I'll throw it up on the Tune repository. All these things that you can get to by going to GoatRoadGarage.com. Don't forget about tuning101.com. I know Universe was so good. Okay, I gotta get out of here, you guys. You guys know the drill. Thanks for stopping by the garage. ABT, I'll be tuning. See you guys next Thursday. I had no sound on that. I was saying, if you're a patron, make sure and go check out the latest video. We're having the December car show right now. You've got until the 20th to get your pictures in to be entered in the December car show. Now, ABT, always be tuned.